final game of the evening here on the campus of Palm Bay High School, Palm Bay Pirates Stadium. Congratulations to the Cocoa Tigers. I'll tell you what, and congratulations to the Melbourne team, West Melbourne team, because that's a heck of a fight they put up. That's a really, 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 really good team that scored just 21 points. They ran the clock on a lot of teams this year. A lot of teams. We good? A lot of teams. Okay. And that West Melbourne team fought tooth and nail, but that 12U team is as talented as youth football team as I've seen. I want to thank Caleb for picking up the last 3 quarters of that one. Here, the 14U game, the Titusville Terriers and the West Melbourne. Are these the Cowboys?
I believe the Cowboys.
And then there was one team left in Brevard County playing for a high school football state championship. And I'll give you 3 guesses as to who they are. Cocoa. And Titusville will kick off. Thank you, Ray. I appreciate you, buddy. Appreciate you. Titusville's got those numbers that unless you, no, I guess I can see them pretty good. Why do I have 5 blank rosters here? Oh, there we go. Titusville, West Melbourne. We're ready. Rosters in hand. So West Melbourne's 1 for 1. They got a chance to equal Vero Beach with this one.
We'll get a look here at
Get a look at the futures of Melbourne, Heritage, Bayside, and Titusville. And Astronaut. Right here.
I think Coach Holmes has the ability to keep these kids in Titusville.
Ray's been with us all day.
Yeah, he is.
My man Ray. Been with us all day.
Never again, Ray.
Yeah, Ray's about had enough of us. And there's the kick. Nice kick. Fielded at the 20. Out across the 30, 35. And this is where West Melbourne will take over first. And 10. Cowboys come out on the field. Here to help out. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. And here comes Cowboy quarterback. Oh, boy. I'm looking at the last name. Hope I say it right. Gamage. Number 9. Nope, it's number 9. Number 9. It's could be Logan Norris. Could be 11. Quick pop up the middle. He is flung down to the turf. Flags fly on this side of the field. I heard the announcer across the way give you a call out. Coach Steve Fisher, coach for West Melbourne. Gary Crocker, the head coach for Titusville. See if you can see the number on that quarterback. Coco, 14U got beat. Jet sweep, and a beautiful jet sweep at that. Perfectly timed, but Titusville sniffed that out in a hurry. It's just an outstanding play there by Xavier Osborne. Well, actually, they say it's 0. That's James Edie. No, it can't be 0. It's got, well, I guess it's got to be Elijah Harvey then. Elijah Harvey comes in. 10, Chase Santiago. Thank you.
I've heard two numbers, number 14 and number 10, but I only see number 10.
You don't see 10?
No, I said I've only. Neither one of them are playing quarterback right now.
Could be 14 because I thought it was 11. It is 14. Give up the middle, and that would make it Derek Jatz. Jatz. Carter Fisher. Okay, Carter Fisher it is. It looks like a 6 to me. Yep, that's who it is. Fisher from the gun, 3rd and 11, 3rd and 12. Fisher rolls right, throws. Look at his speed. Pass complete to Jakari Rozier, but coming up out of absolutely nowhere to make the play is Devarius Grayson, and that's going to be 4th and 10 from the 35, and I would imagine this is a punting situation. 7:35 to play in the opening quarter. They're going to go for this. And the hard count gets them, so it'll be 4th and 5 now. Can they get them twice is going to be the question here. Got to be disciplined in football, especially these big games. These cheerleaders down here, God bless them. All day they've been here. Fourth and 5. Well, they're going to go for this. Screen. Intercepted. Can he get in? Touchdown. Titusville on a deflected screen. Pick 6. Landon Sandstorm on the pick 6. 2 issues with that. The first is you're on your own 35. The second is that a screen pass like that, he's a good quarterback, real good quarterback. But, because we did do one of their games earlier this year, and he's got an arm, but a screen pass like that on 4th down, tough to get over top of 6-foot defenders. So a pick 6 and 6-0. I guess they don't have a punter. I mean, I don't know. I can't remember. We did over 60 youth football games this year. Conversion attempt is good. And it's kick for 1 and run for 2 at this level. And it's 8-0 Titusville on a pick 6 off a screen play on 4th down by Landon Sandstorm. And the Terriers lead it 8-0. I don't understand it. But, again, earlier today I questioned an onside kick, and they ended up turning around winning the football game. So, again, what do I know?
That's why everyone's up here second-guessing our broadcast.
Let's keep my mouth shut and let it play. All right, 8-0 Titusville on top. Fielded at the 24. Slips down. It'll be 1st and 10 now for West Melbourne at the 34. So the Cowboys come out and try it again here. Right now, the speed of Titusville is the difference.
Someone in the chat is saying that I guess it was Hunter Buck on the pick 6.
It looked like number 4 to me.
That's what I'm saying. It looked like number 4.
Oh, it is? Okay. They got 2 numbers on the roster, Hunter Buck. See the numbers?
Oh, yeah.
They got 2 different numbers on the roster. So it was Hunter Buck. My apologies. That's a hard hit, but a good run. Good play all the way across the board. 24. Jaden Mitchell, make sure I get the right 24. Got you, Thomas. Got you. That definitely was Hunter Buck. Tell Hunter I'm sorry I stole his touchdown. I got these rosters here with 2 different numbers on each side. Second down. Yeah, I always feel bad when that happens. I feel bad for the student athlete. That's a false start on West Melbourne to back it up 5 yards. Robs the poor kid of his touchdown. So a great touchdown there by Hunter Buck. Second down and 9 after the penalty. So West Melbourne trying to get something established here. Titusville, all 11 guys up in the box. And that's what happens, and that flag's going to fly. It's going to be a face mask. Hunter Buck in on the stop. Oh, what did they call? I thought he grabbed his face mask. They did not. So that is 15. Oh, yeah, it was a face. Okay, I'm sorry. So a 15-yard penalty against Titusville gives West Melbourne their first down of the game. 1st and 10 now from their own 47. Let's say hello to my friend there, Sean Shug Mitchell.
And no need to feel bad about your mistake. The PA announcer just made the same mistake.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he just made the same mistake.
Throws, caught. Out at the 50. That speed there. Gets outside. Gain of 7. So he called him by the same name too, didn't he? Yep. Reading the same roster I am. Second down and 2. Nice little swing pass there for West Melbourne. Gives the quarterback confidence in completing a pass early here in a championship game and picks up 8 yards. I like the play call. Titusville leads this 8-0 with 6:23 to play in the first quarter. Our final youth football game of the year until we get to Pop Warner Super Bowls. And then we'll be broadcasting Portage, Indiana. 2nd and 2. All kinds of fake handoffs. Titusville didn't buy any of them. And he'll be stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss. And that'll bring up 3rd down and still 2 yards to go.
Titusville said we want you to go sideline to sideline. We're not worried about your window dressing.
Yeah, right. I mean, Titusville's got, defensively, if you watch their alignment, they got all 11 guys stepped up in the box. Now they got a safety deep, so they got 1 guy back and 10 guys in the box. They are coming. And even that guy, and he saw the safety was creeping. But they got to be more disciplined if you're going to play 10 in the box. And as they jump offside for the second time in the quarter, and that will give West Melbourne another first down via penalty. 5:44 to play in the first quarter. You take them any way you get them in these games.
Take any gift that is given.
is correct. Excuse me. Straight up the gut. Trips, falls. Gain of 3. What's the final of that Cocoa game?
34-0.
34-0.
Nazir on a rip-out fumble touchdown on the final play of the game.
This is the final game of the day here. Can you imagine? Keep clapping your hands. It's like that song. Clap, 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 clap. Offsides. Third one. Huh?
Cha-cha slide.
Cha-cha slide, right? Third offside in the first quarter. 2nd and 5. See if you can get them again. I'll keep doing it.
Run until they stop it.
Not until they stop doing it. Picking up more yards with that at the moment. And that flag's going to fine. That's on Titusville. That should be 15 more yards for unsportsmanlike conduct. And you just got to be more disciplined. I know they didn't make it this far being this undisciplined. On this drive alone, there's 40 yards in penalties. Unbelievable. Now, if you're West Melbourne, now you got 4 downs to cash in on it. I get it. These student athletes, these young men are fired up. They want this championship. But you can't hand a drive over like that because you never know if it's game-changing or not. Titusville leads 8-0 on a screen pass deflection for a pick-6 touchdown by Hunter Buck. Hunter Buck with the touchdown. 1st and 10. Ball at about the 16-yard line inside the zone 6. Reapers red zone 4. 21 to play in the opening quarter. Turns, gives. Yeah, I mean, right now the Titusville defense is so good when they actually get to snapping the football. West Melbourne's not going anywhere.
The defense scored the touchdown. Doesn't mean anything if you give up the touchdown.
Right. Can't give it back. Good call. .353 to play in the opening quarter. West Melbourne looking to go 2-1 here today. Titusville this is their only game of the day. And looking to win it. So far, so good for the Terriers. I formation, quick pitch. Good run. But I'm going to tell you what. One thing I know is that's a good run there by Kamarion Johnson. But Titusville they hit hard and they're quick to the football.
And it's everyone to the football.
You know, the future is extremely bright for that program if these young men stay home and play for John Holmes. Extremely bright. Is that another offsides? No, this is going to be a false start. So this will back up West Melbourne 5 yards. John Holmes and the job that he did this year. I mean, clearly he's going to be our coach of the year, right? High school football coach of the year. He's got to be. But go back to that playoff game here last Friday night with Palm Bay. First half, nerves. Their first playoff game in about 7 years. They come out. Palm Bay puts up a 24 spot on them at the half. It's 24-0, right? But they actually ended up beating them in the second half. I think it was like 27-20. Turns, gives, and again, Titusville shuts it down. She says a lot of guys coming back home. That's good because, you know what? The north end of the county needs a program to build into a power. It really does. Back in the day, Titusville under Al Wernicke and those state championships they won back in the early 80s, you know, those days between Titusville and Astronaut and those games at Dre Field just was, you know, it's what Cocoa and Rockledge experience is what Titusville and Astronaut used to be. Fourth down for West Melbourne. Throws. Picked. Picked off. And that'll be a pick. Get his number. 0. Number 0 on the pick is Elijah Harvey, and that'll end the fourth down. Tank with the pick. It's hard to imagine a young man with a nickname of Tank making interceptions. But that's what he's going to be the rest of the game. Because that's easy to say. Tank. 137 in Titusville with their second interception of the first quarter. Hunter Buck turned the first one into it. That ball's on the ground. Picked up by Titusville. Look at this. Can he get outside? Nearly got back to the line of scrimmage as he's flung forward. Huh. Looked like it'd be a loss of about 8. Loss of 3. Second and 13 for Terriers. They actually beat Palm Bay in the second half of that football game. If we had 10 to 12 more minutes in that game, they might have won it. Hagan, a quarterback for the Terriers, turns, gives. Nice job by West Melbourne to cover that up. And that'll be a loss of 2 more. And that'll be third to about 15. 1:15 to play in the first quarter. Final game of the day here. Congratulations to the champs in 6U or flag. It was Vero Beach. In 8U, it was Vero Beach. In 10U, a dramatic come-from-behind victory by West Melbourne. And in 12U, the Cocoa Tigers. This is the final game to be settled here this evening. Under a minute to play, and 3rd and 15. And, wow. I have a question when we're done with this. What you didn't see off camera was he did throw the flag. I don't think the coach knew that. See, he threw the flag. Okay, come down here. Show this, because I've got to explain this because they're going to want to know what happened. You got to make sure you show these things. So the wide receiver for Titusville took off early, like it was the Canadian Football League early. And the referee threw the penalty flag. The West Melbourne sideline didn't see the referee throw the flag and exploded on him. And now he had to throw his hat because West Melbourne coaches have now picked up an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. So that's what's going on here. And I think their contention is that should have been a dead ball, blown dead. I think they're right about that. There should not have been allowed to have been a snap. That young man began running down the football field. Then he backed up and he never got set. So this could go two ways here. I mean, it's a legitimate complaint from the West Melbourne sidelines. It really is. But you got to keep your cool. As the white hat comes over and talks to the side judge, we'll see what ends up happening here. This ought to be, I don't know what's going to be more interesting to call the reactions. All right, so they're just going to give him a sideline warning. I still don't see an illegal motion penalty. And that's what he wants to know. Where's the motion penalty? He threw the flag. That's why he had to throw his hat. So he's issued the sideline warning. That's going to be it. That's all that's going to happen here. That's mind-numbing. Anyway, 3rd and 20 for Titusville. Let's check that 4th and 20 for Titusville. I can't imagine anything other than a punt being called here. If it's really 4th and 20. Looks like they're going to go for this. Or a quick kick at something. Nope, they're going. The old Madden play. Throw it up. And knocked down nicely. And West Melbourne will take over on downs at the Titusville 15. And we got another flag down on the field. See what this one's for. Is there a rule in 14U? I don't understand. I don't know. You're not allowed to punt. I'm kidding. I'm joking.
We did see a butt punt last.
No, I said I'm making reference to the fact that West Melbourne didn't punt and they didn't punt. So I'm asking, is there a rule? You can't punt? Well, I'm gonna. You know what? You said it. I'm gonna make you explain it. What do you mean the rule of percentages?
Supposed to be a joke?
On what though?
A joke
Right. So West Melbourne will take over. 1st and 10 at the 15. And maybe, I don't know, maybe they're returning the favor. .1 seconds to play in the first quarter. And here comes West Melbourne with what I would say is a golden opportunity here. Gibbs. Who knows? Maybe you play defense like that, you ain't got to worry about punting. And that's the end of the first quarter. So that'll take us to quarter number 2 with your score. A Hunter Buck pick 6 on defense, and the Terriers lead it 8-0. Ready? All right, welcome back. Second down and 12 from the 17 for West Melbourne. And West Melbourne handed a gift. Let's see if they can unwrap it. Oh, fakes the jet sweep and takes it up the middle. And it'll be a gain of 4, 5. It'll be third down and 8. Where's that coming from? Yeah, I know. So West Melbourne looking to try to get the equalizer here. They trail 8-0. One back in the backfield. The ball's given to him. Up the middle. Still on his feet. Still on his feet. Inside. It'll be first and goal for the Cowboys from the 3. Great run. See what number that was? I just can't see their numbers from here. It's number 3, okay. And this time, Titusville stops him. It's Camarion Johnson for West Melbourne, number 3. Second down and goal following a loss of 3 at the 6. And here comes Carter Fisher. Fisher turns again, straight up the gut, still grinding. He just ran into a wall of black jerseys with gold numbers and stood straight up at the 2 and dropped. That's a goal line defense. Third down and goal from the 3. He had a head of steam, and I thought he was getting in, and all of a sudden, boom. I'd run the same play again. Mano a mano. You got 2 shots at it. That's going to be a half the distance penalty. So it's going to be third and goal from the 1.5 now. And I definitely would run it again. What? Yeah, get up under center and go. They do. They turn. They run the same play again. And I believe he's in. How can he not be? They say yes on the far side. No signal. Touchdown, West Melbourne. I mean, how can he not be in? And with the score, Camarion Johnson gets in from 1.5 yards out. And with 6:47 to play in the first half, Melbourne goes 15 yards. Yep, 15 yards. Following the 4th and go for it. And the waiting on the conversion here. Nice run by Camarion. Really good, hard running. Spread formation here, man in motion. Whistles. You know what happened there? The man in motion turned about a half second too early. He's going to back him up. 5 yards. Extra point try. Did it again. They didn't call it that time. Throws and too short. And with a 6:46 to play in the first half, it's Titusville 8, West Melbourne 6. Set for the kickoff here following the touchdown run. I swear I call this young man Lou Groza. Kicks it off out of bounds. It's going to be a procedure penalty, and Titusville will start with good field position here. And I know I'm going way, way back when I say Lou Groza, but Groza was a lineman that kicked. And back for the Cleveland Browns. And this young man just toes it up and runs at it and puts his leg into it. Isaiah Grolin. So the Terriers now take over 1st and 10 from the 40, should be. Oh, 35, sorry. Apparently I'm not the only one confused. But to confuse me is not a hard thing to do. 1st and 10 now. One back set. Give is to that one back and barrels his way through, but West Melbourne's defense is there and doing what West Melbourne football does. And that's play tough, physical, trench war football. And it's 2nd and 9 after a gain of 1. 6:28 to go in the first half. Cheerleaders got their pajama pants on, see them? If we're going to come out here all day, we're coming out in our flannel PJs. Good for them. 2nd and 8 officially. Quarterback keeper. And he gets off the left side. He's going to have a gain of about 10. That's more than enough for a Titusville first down. 1st and 10 for the Terriers from their own 46. Janari Hagan's on the carry there. Is that lady gone that was yelling at us earlier? I was just seeing if that lady was gone that was yelling at us earlier. There's a lady in the crowd yelling at us earlier.
She gave the megaphone off to a student.
Oh, she thought we were the PA and making a mistake. And, man, she was tearing into us. Penalty. And so now it's 1st and 2nd and 15. I missed the call. Quick pitch, high pitch, corralled in, and my goodness gracious, what a hit. Turn around, young man. Number 24 for West Melbourne came up and made that pop. That was Ethan Costa. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. I'm looking at the wrong number again. Nate Kilpatrick is who that was. Nate Kilpatrick. Good hit by Nate Kilpatrick. 3rd down and 13 for Titusville. Penalty hurt him. Quick pitch again, this time to the left side and nowhere to go again. And first on the scene this time was number 18, Corday Copeland.
You see the way Copeland shed his block?
Yeah, he did, and you're right, and that's a good point by Caleb. Is that 18? I think it is, because there's no 19 on the West Melbourne roster. But he did. He shed his block and got in there and just grabbed onto the ball carrier, ended up making a tackle. And Titusville, again, in a situation here, 4th and 13. And I don't think they take the time out if they're going to punt. So they're obviously going to go for this. Let's see. Yeah, that's him. I can see 18 clearly now. So Copeland with a great play there. All right. See what the Cards hold here. If they didn't punt from the 15, I can't imagine they're going to do it from the 32. And it doesn't appear as though they are. Yep, looks like they are going to punt. Quick kick anyway. And a flag on the play. That was a good punt. You see that?
Yeah, it was.
That was almost a 30-yard punt, right?
The wing on the end of the line went half a second too soon.
Well, I didn't see anybody jump, so that ref must have awfully good eyes. You saw him? Okay.
Ticky-tacky, he more leaned than he did go, but...
Is this kid, if he's this good of a punter, why didn't you punt before? Look at this punt. Are you kidding me? Fielded at the 35. Cuts it back out. And he'll be brought down at the 40. Now I'm really perplexed. But anyway, good punt. What a punt. And West Melbourne will take over 1st and 10. Do we have another flag? We do.
Bam. Back it up, Bam.
Are they going to make them punt again? They might want to just take this because every time that young man puts his foot on the ball, he kicks it further and further. They're going to make him kick it again. No, you might be right on that one. Of course, I feel like you might be right. The coach might have thought it was third down. You might be right. There could be a reason for that. And this time, the returner's all the way back at the 35. Titusville's got all kinds of issues right now trying to get player personnel on the field. They must never punt. And their time is winding down. They got to get set. And they do. Oh, this time it's a bad snap. And West Melbourne will take over with outstanding field position again. And I tell you what, you punt. Yeah, I mean, he got it off perfectly the first two times. And again, that's the other side of the equation is the snap. And it wasn't there that time. And West Melbourne now, 2 fourth down questionable plays here. Questionable bad snap on that one, but before the punt, not the punt. And they have an opportunity to take the lead. Two false starts there. Really cost them. Carter Fisher gets him set. Turns, he gives to the up back. He's got room. And he's going to pick up 3 yards. Second and 7. 3:29 to go. And West Melbourne with an opportunity here to take the lead. I don't know the official number, but I would say Titusville's average starting field position probably the 25. West Melbourne's the Titusville 20. Camarion is taken down by a good tackle by Hunter Buck, who is playing out of his mind here tonight. So 2:48 to play. And it's 3rd and 7 now. Titusville defense got a hold for 2 more downs here, and West Melbourne's got to figure out a way to pick up at least 7 yards. They can pick up a first down without having to pick up a touchdown. Carter Fisher from the gun. Actually, that's Camarion. Direct snap to him. It's a little wildcat. Flag, hold. And that's a touchdown coming back. As the coach throws down the playbook. Illegal shift. Will cost them a touchdown. And that was a little wildcat play to Camarion, who took that ball and went right into the end zone with it. I think it actually shocked Titusville. I'm trying to think in my head, because we don't have replay, where the illegal shift occurred. I'm sure it had to be with that receiver. This is Camarion again, and this time Titusville says no indeed. And it'll be 4th down and 11. 90 seconds to play in the half, and now you just take a shot here. Now you just take a shot. If you got anything in the passing arsenal, now's the time to use it. 1:15, clock moving. If you're Titusville, you're going to be lucky to get out of here with an 8-6 lead. So So 4th and 11. 12, we'll call it. Carter Fisher with a spread offense, doubles. That's wide receivers, 2 to each side. Looks, throws, and he overthrows his wide receiver, and it'll be a turnover on downs. So the bad snap on the punt doesn't hurt, other than the fact that gave Melbourne a possession there deep down in Titusville territory, and Titusville starts with field position not very flattering or conducive to a quick drive with 47 and a half seconds to play in the half. I'm real curious to see what they call now. Look at this. He's got one player to beat. He beats him. Can he go? Nice job to catch him from behind. But I'm telling you what, that was a dart from the quarterback. Is that Tank? That's Tank. Tank on the catch, and he was nearly gone. Man, that would have been something. What a play. Now, line him up on the other side, throw it again. Yeah. "25 seconds. Quarterback's going to keep it this time. And if they've got any timeouts, now would be a good time to use it. And they do. Titusville calls a timeout with 13.9 seconds to play in the first half. And they have moved the football all the way from about the 16 all the way down here to the West Melbourne 38. Tank with a beautiful catch and run, but the pass was equally as impressive. 2nd and 4. Down in distance does not matter here. With 13.9 seconds, it's all about pay dirt. I smell hot dogs. Ain't nothing like a stadium hot dog. Wrapped up in aluminum foil. Go ahead, Alan. Keep doing it to yourself. Can't get one over here. And I ain't walking. Sonic, here I come. 13.9 seconds. Yeah, I know. Real quick, we lose the signal, and it comes right back. Thank goodness. Came right back. Or did it? Did it freeze? No, we're good. Look at this. Touchdown! Titusville! Unbelievable! How about that? On the catch was Anthony Aquafreda Jr. Can you imagine? Unbelievable.
How do you get that wide open?
That's what you call taking advantage of busted coverage. And Titusville, in 37 seconds, manages to get down the field. 84-yard drive. That's Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen-esque type of a drive. And they go for the extra point. Aquafreda with the touchdown. And the conversion is good. And with 7.1 seconds to play in the half, Titusville makes the most of their time with the ball. And they lead it by 10, 16-6. Hunter Buck. I did it to the kid again. Hunter Buck. Oh, my goodness. Did that freeze on that touchdown? Hadn't done it all day. Hunter Buck.
No,
Hey,
I saw
you
that.
had it. It played. Froze on my screen. Hunter Buck, that poor kid. I got to get out and shake that kid's hand afterwards. I was done stolen both of his touchdowns. Oh, long day. What about the catch, though? Wide open. He eyes it up. Hunter Buck with both touchdowns. Zoom in on him right here. He's right here. Right here. Show that kid the rest of the half. I don't care what anybody else does. Zoom in on him. Follow him to the dressing room at halftime. 7.1 seconds to go. That's the man that has both Titusville touchdowns. He's got one on defense and one on offense, and they just chipped this away. Actually comes to Buck's side. Oh, my goodness, look at this. This is a – no. It would have been neat if it would have been, huh? Can't advance an onside kick. But I tell you what, that's the right idea. I got caught up in that moment there. 16-6. Man, that was a beautifully executed play. But you can't do it. It froze on the touchdown. Figures. All day long, that signal hasn't done it. Unreal. Just know he was wide open, was Hunter Buck. And the quarterback found him beautifully. Hit him in stride. Hunter didn't have to stop, turn, break stride. You did see it? It froze for some people and played for some. It froze on my phone, played on our iPad, so I blew the call. There's a little sweep here by, and this is Hunter Buck for sure, I know. Matter of fact, everything's going to be Hunter Buck and Tank. No, I'm kidding. All right, we have hit the half here with the score, Titusville 16, West Melbourne 6. Back with the second half. All right, ready for the second half here. Kickoff. It's 16-6. West Melbourne will kick off to Titusville. Show Hunter right here. He's right here. Hunter Buck with both Titusville touchdowns. A deflected screen pass for a pick six, and he caught a beautiful 54-yard strike. Caleb and I were watching a man try to make his way into a convenience store at halftime who was, let's just say, less than sober. All right. Here we go. Finally set for the kickoff. Good boot to the corner. Had touched his hands. Goes out of bounds. And that'll be Titusville football at the 25. So that ball was headed out of bounds. And all right. See if Titusville has a little cleaner second half in terms of penalties go. Quarterback under center. Turns, gives. Straight up the middle. Still on his feet. That's a gain of 20 right out of the gate. What a run. That wasn't Tank either. It's number 24 on the run there for Titusville. And that is Jaden Mitchell. So Mitchell with a 20-yard run. 9:32 to play in the third. One back set now. Hagan, the quarterback. And just misses Buck. Those two connected on a beautiful strike. Jamari Hagens and Hunter Buck for a touchdown. Titusville took over on their own 17 with 37 seconds to play in the first half and scored. Oh, I'm jealous. I'm jealous. Oh, you can always cash us up. Cash app us tips. We're at Brevard Sports. At Brevard Sports. Look at this pitch. My goodness gracious. Look at the speed down the sidelines all the way down to the 30-yard line. And he comes up hobbling. That looks like a cramp for sure. I think that's Tank down with a cramp. Yeah, that's definitely a cramp. We saw the difference between a cramp and something else last night with the way that people reacted to that horrific injury. This is just a cramp, it looks like, and that's good news for Tank. Hagen's under center. Three. Yeah, that's Sports Brevard. Oh, yeah, let me just double check, make sure. Brevard Sports. At Brevard Sports. Well, thank you very much. Appreciate that. I really do. I see it. Thank you so much. At Brevard Sports. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Definitely appreciate it. Kelvin, I'll use it for dinner tonight. Thank you. Titusville coming out of the gates, meaning business here.
They're running the same formation that the Cocoa 12U team.
It's like a veer, wishbone type of a thing, yeah. Drives defense is crazy. Absolutely drives them crazy. You know, first of all, you don't know which back's getting the ball. Second of all, when the quarterback runs it the way Hagens runs it, it can be deceptive too. Good run. You got to give Tank a salt tablet or something. Still stretching him out.
So someone go get mustard from the concession stand. Dead serious about that.
I believe you.
Athletic trainer Ian Stites used to always have a full big bottle of mustard and spoons. And it worked.
Yeah. 2nd and 5 for Titusville. Little flare pass here. Nice catch. Still on his feet. West Melbourne covers it nicely. Third down coming up here. So Titusville gets down the field in a hurry. And right now, West Melbourne's got to make a stand here with 6:33 to play in the third if they want. You know, it's never if they don't want to have to, fight. I mean, right now they're 2 scores down by 10 points. 1 if they got a kicker. Or, an 8 and a 3, That's what I mean. 2 scores, but 11 points. Hagens throws, open. Oh, that's picked and dropped.
Billy hooked us up.
Oh, did he?
Yes, he did.
My man, Billy. Yeah, Billy ain't no joke. Appreciate you, Billy Palmer.
Oh, wow.
Look at those baby boys. You got to show that on the screen.
Hold up.
Back it up. Right there. Just tap it. Tap the screen.
I did.
Can you see it? That is the Super Bowl ring that they're playing for here today. That's a beaut right there, isn't it? All right. Back to the 4th down play. Timeout on the field here. Now you got 1. Now you got 2 of them, Caleb.
Someone just put our Cash App name in a comment.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that. 602. Thank you so much. I always hate asking for tips. Donations. I hate it. I mean, it's a necessary part of what we do because a lot of what we do, like we didn't, and we did. This was, a free day. I mean, we didn't have any particular sponsors coming in. We just love coming down here and doing this. 4th down, big play coming up. Nice move inside. Enough for a 1st down and a touchdown. Titusville. What a play on 4th down.
24 confirmed.
24 on the carry and the touchdown. Jaden Mitchell. What a move he made. What a great play call that was. He was starting in motion, stopped, turned back, took the handoff, followed his blockers, That was a beautifully executed play and a great play call. It's not a lot you can do as a defense to stop something that's executed that well. That well. And with 5:52 to play in the third, it's 22-6, and now 24-6. So, with 5:52 to play in the third quarter, it is 24-6 Titusville. Wow. A Jade Mitchell touchdown and $200 scores. All three extra points, 2-point conversions. Good. Titusville comes storming out of the locker room after halftime and storms down the field. It's funny because they started with a drive to end it, and they will start the third to score. Bill Palmer, what's going on, buddy? Look at this run. Thrown down. Our other headsets broke. We found out the very, very hard way. I know. It's a good thing they came back and won. 5:44. Bring over Bill Palmer. Bill, come on over. I can interview you with this headset. All right, so the West Melbourne program, come on over, gets in here today. And, look, 3 more teams in this game. The tradition continues. What a game by that 10U team. 12U guys ran up gets a really good Vero Beach squad. Cocoa squad. That was one of the best 12U teams I've seen in a while on that Cocoa team. Talk a little bit about the day and what it means for this program, again, to send 3 more teams to this.
Well, I talked to the kids before the game and even after the game. I mean, they came out. It's something that they're going to remember, for the rest of their lives. They're going to also see some of these kids across the field that they've been getting. I mean, they've known each other. They've been playing against each other since they were 7U.
Yeah.
So they've got a good setup, and I don't know. I just told them you're going to have to make sure that you cover from your adversity and stuff. And, these games like this, they did. Cocoa has a great program over there. They have done a great job with that team, and we knew we were going to run into a buzzsaw, but you know what? We were there.
Yeah.
Last week we had a great game to get here. So, as long as they're here at the Super Bowl, that's the whole thing.
I want to talk to you about this Titusville program because this year, a rebuilding program at the high school level. And the thing for Titusville, I mean, high school football in this county as well as anybody does. And for what John Holmes did with that program this year, I mean, on this field last week, they beat them in the second half of that football game. They outscored Palm Bay in that second half. And it wasn't just 10-3. It was 27-20 they outscored them. And then now you look at this 14U team. What does it mean to possibly be able to have outstanding football once again at the north end of this county?
Real good. I mean, I think John's got a good class up there that he's worked real hard. They're young up there also at the high school level, and he's going to get a bunch of good kids down here. I mean, these kids right now are playing lights out, and I know West Melbourne's been working and stuff, but they've got
picked off again, the third of the game, and all the way down to the 45-yard line. What's that number, Caleb? 24? 33 on the interception. 43. 43 is Dylan. What's that last name say? Something. Could be Dylan McNeil. There's all kinds of typos over that. And but they are everywhere with that speed out there, and good for Titusville with what they've got. And the key to, as you know, being at the high school level as well, the key to any successful high school program is to keep your student athletes home.
It is. I mean, it is tough right now, and I'm a big advocate. I mean, I hate the transfer rules and stuff around here, but, that's the thing. That's the end thing now. But, if you can get some loyalty and stuff with some kids that stick around with the program, and John's done a great job up there in Titusville, and it looks like he might be able to keep a few of these kids here. I mean, that's real big.
No doubt. And what a comeback by the 10U Melbourne or West Melbourne program to come back in that one, 21 unanswered in that game, to come back and thwart Vero Beach's efforts to go 3-0 on the day. But I'll tell you what, the thing that I really love about, we got an injured player down on the field, the thing that I really love is what you guys put on down here from the cheer competition, and congratulations to Bayside, the grand champion today. They won 2 age groups. Titusville wins an age group. Cocoa wins an age group. And Vero Beach wins an age group. Just a magnificent day from start to finish here.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and again, it is strictly for these kids. I mean, just showcasing these kids, with you guys being out here and doing what you're doing, just showcase all these young men. It's awesome. I mean, I wish we could get it more often and throughout the whole county. But, like I said, it's awesome. I even watched some of y'all's games up there in Merritt Island, or not Merritt Island, Daytona Mainland.
Daytona, right.
Oh, what about that score there
How about
today?
16-14, and then there was one.
Oh, I know. But
it'd be interesting to see what transpires now and again, it's Cocoa. Again, it's Cocoa left. And so there you have it. I want to thank you guys for having us back for the 3rd year in a row. We just love coming down here on Saturdays. I'm so emotionally invested in not just the kids, but the programs. I love them all, and I feel so blessed to be a part of it. So thank you guys.
No, we really appreciate you guys. Like I said, you guys do great for these young men. And they get to, you're starting them off now, and then you get to continue to see them all the way through high school level. And that's one of the main reasons why I've been coaching for so long. I love seeing these kids grow up through the youth program, and they get to high school, whether they go to our school or wherever. I get to see them, and, I get to say, hey, I coach that kid, or I know that kid. So it's always awesome.
Yeah, the grand master plan for us is to follow these kids up until college, and then it becomes Brevard's sports agency.
Hey, if we can get some money on it now, I'll take an NIL deal.
Nah, we're not going anywhere, that's for sure. 3rd down and 5 for Titusville here, and it's 24-6. And right now the speed starting to really take over here. See if West Melbourne can inside. The ball's going to touch. He's going to be short if he marks it properly. He does, and it'll be 4th and about a yard, if that far to go. So 4th and a yard here. Again, if they went for it on 4th and 8 from their 15, this ain't nothing but a thing here. See what, does Tank come back in yet? I know he was cramped up real bad over there. See, this weather is tricky down here, Coach, because on a day like today, you can tell the kids to hydrate. You can tell them to hydrate, but it's so cool out. They don't feel like they need to. And then you do all that running, and the next thing you know, there's the cramps.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I even tell the kids, the young kids, start drinking on Wednesday because.
What a quarterback. This is Hagens, and he's got one player to beat, but he gets all the way down. What a deceptive little quarterback keeper that was. And that goes all the way down to the West Melbourne 15. I'm sorry, Coach. Go ahead.
No, you're good. Like I said, that's good. Somebody didn't contain on the backside, and a good run by that quarterback.
You look at the play call on that last touchdown where the guy was in motion, stopped, turned around, came back, followed his blockers. It's a couple cool little design plays for a 14U program.
Oh, yeah, but what about that 10U?
Yeah. I love. I was telling Caleb, Dalen reminds me of Noah Flores. You know Noah? Have you seen him?
I haven't.
Noah is the young man that plays for Satellite, who took them to 2, essentially 1 national championship. He runs just like him. They're so much fun to watch.
I know we have a few West Melbourne boys that transferred over there and started playing for them over there too.
They're going to mark him down, or are they going to give him a touchdown? He earned it, but they're going to mark him at the 1. What a run. The number on that young man was? Who? 99, huh? Yeah, a penalty has cost Titusville here on this play, so they're going to back them up. Yeah, it looked like 55. Jordan Ruiz, yeah, it could have been. These jerseys are something else right here.
Here's the thing. His cameras are just about as better than ours, and he's having trouble.
All right, so that'll back up Titusville to be 1st and 20 now for the Terriers. After a good run by Ruiz. Quarterback Hagens throws. Good-looking ball. Throws into 3 triple coverage to Hunter Buck there. And 1:08 to play in the third. Well, Bill, thank you so much, man. I wish I had, like I said, that headset broke. And it's a good thing nobody else came up here today because I wouldn't have had one for them.
No, y'all do a great job and stuff up here. So, like I said, and congratulations to Coco on the 12U victory. They've got a great program over there with those young men. So, good luck on the state games. I think is December 3rd. They get to play the winner. I don't know who won between Orlando Falcons and the Orlando Predators.
Where would that take place?
If I'm not mistaken, it's supposed to be over here this year. It's either might be here or MCC, according to one of the vice president of the league. But this year they get to come over here and play. Last year we had to go over there and play, and Billy and those guys went last year in the 10U. Okay. So now Coco gets to represent here and go there. I think Coco played Orlando Predators earlier in the year and beat them, and then we played the Falcons and beat them. So,
okay. So either or. Says West Melbourne 10U champs. Heard they have a kicker. Yep, I deserve that one. 3rd and 20, and yes, indeed they do. 3rd and 20. 1:02 to play in the third. Bodies flying everywhere, and they catch him. One of those bodies on the ground with a great job there. Number 24 for West Melbourne on the stop. That's Nate Kilpatrick. And Titusville's walking off the field. Or they stopped. They got to run one more play here. That's a big Titusville team, man.
Got a few ninth graders over there.
Yes, they do. Won't be an option next year. It'll be JV football. Under 10 seconds to play in quarter number 3. Hagens throws, overshot his wide receiver, and that'll be a turnover on downs. And that'll take us to the end of the third quarter. Bill, thank you so much, man. Appreciate yes, sir. Yeah, we'll see you soon, man. We'll see you soon. And here we go. Final quarter of the day. All right, welcome back here. The 20th quarter of the day, the fourth quarter of this one And it's all Titusville at the moment, 24-6, and it's a good thing because there goes the voice. First and 10 for West Melbourne from their own 30-yard line. Titusville with basically 10 men in the box. Little flip. Oh, look at this razzle-dazzle. Lets it fly. And I'll tell you what, they did a nice job with that. They really did, because generally that play takes forever to develop. It was flip, flop, flip. And the only problem was, what they didn't anticipate was the Terrier in the backfield chasing him down, and the quarterback couldn't get set. But that was a well-executed little double reverse flea flicker is what that was.
Why not? It's the last game of your youth career.
Why not?
Have fun.
That was cool looking. Absolutely cool looking. I want to thank Bill Palmer for coming up into the booth. And Bill last year sat up here with us and broadcast 3 or 4 games with us and just did a terrific job. And I always love talking to Bill. He's just a plethora of football knowledge. Nice job by the quarterback there, Carter. He gets it out. Titusville still hitting like the opening play of the game. And that is good. 9:28 to play in the contest. So we want to congratulate Bureau, who won 2 championships today, West Melbourne, who won 1, Cocoa, who won 1. And it looks like Titusville is well on their way to winning the Big Kid title, 14U championship. So what we'll do here is we want to make sure not every kid's name gets called during the broadcast. Not every student-athlete's name doesn't get called during the broadcast. So I'm going to read the roster off for both teams, but we're going to start with the team that looks like they are going to be the 14U ACYAA champs. Third down in 5, throws behind him, had him, but threw it behind him. So that would be James Eady Jr., Nathan Rivas, Elijah Harvey, Landon Sandstorm, Tykees Rivers, Xavier Osborne, Hunter Buck, Jamari Hagans, Nehemiah Barkley, Riley Florence, Jaquan Hagans, Kedron Davis, Robert Santiago, Devarius Grayson, Kamari Fletcher, Briar Roach, Connor Anderson, Kendrick Makeda, Nicholas Yulston, Seth Larkins, Jackson Shell, Jaden Mitchell, Jacob Adams, Cody Tomino, Angel Jones, Dejon Huggins. Fourth down here, Dylan McNeil, I believe. We'll finish the rest here in just a second. Throws back. Nice little screen pass back across the field. That's a West Melbourne first down. Nicely executed play there by Carter Fisher. And the rest of the roster: Zafini Watts, Jordan Ruiz, Zachary Hansen, Grant Moxley, Christopher Warren, and Ronan Broom. And congratulations to the coaches: Gary Crocker, Linwood Davis, Sean Davis, Alvin Hagans, Maurice Harvey, and the team parent, which none of this happens without, is Katie Larkins. Carter rolls right, away from pressure, throws. Nice little play there, tucked in underneath, and you almost kind of wish that this is what we saw in the first half, but Camarion was doing a great job running the football, mixed a little pass and run in, but it's easy for me to sit here and play armchair quarterback, you know, even though it's my job. But what'd he say? 81 Landon Buck. Did I miss Landon? I don't have an 81 on Titusville, but Landon Buck. Congratulations to Landon Buck, too. Unfortunately, our roster stops at 79. And that is nearly picked. Is there 2 pages I'm missing? Oh, Carter Black as well. If that's for West Melbourne, though. Yeah, I don't have another page. So thank you for shouting that out. Appreciate that. Landon Buck. Boy, the Buck brothers today. I tell you, I've really given them a raw deal, haven't I? Forgot to mention Landon. Stole Hunter's touchdowns from him. These kids will hate me all the way through high school. I'll make it up to them. Third down. Oh, bad snap. And Carter does the right thing by just falling on it. Somebody's comments are always funny, aren't they? They just cook food in Titusville. $6:30 to go in the game. So it looks like West Melbourne will go 1-2 today. Titusville 1-0. So they are one of, let's see here, let's think about this. Picked off again. And this could be he's gone. Forget about it. Or no, where did he come from? That's Camarion. Comes from nowhere. Get the number on the young man that made the interception. Kendrick Masita on the interception. Thomas Buck, Hunter and Langdon Buck are my nephews. The last name, don't give it away. Yeah, I apologize to them young men for me. Please. 6 minutes to go. And that is the 4th interception of the day. And it's not so much Carter as it is the speed of that secondary of Titusville. They close fast. And with 6 minutes to go, you got to think they're going to want one more score here down on the 15-yard line. So Macedo with a interception. Fireworks in the distance. And 3-back set, veer, wishbone, whatever you want to call it. And West Melbourne's defense not quitting. 5:57. And it'll be 2nd and 10. I'll tell you what, that was a nice play by Camarion. I don't know where he came from, but if he didn't turn on the Jets the way he did, that was certainly the second pick 6 of the game. Early New Year's Eve fireworks, yeah, I feel you. Buying them on clearance. That always scares me to buy fireworks on clearance. It's like buying 2-year-old Band-Aids. 2nd and 10 at the flea market, you know what I mean? 2nd and 10, 5:10 to play. Whistles. We got a false start here, so it'll be 2nd and 15. Or no, a timeout. Actually, a timeout by West Melbourne. Watching from Tennessee. Thomas, what part of Tennessee? Oh, Tennessee's getting blown out? Oh, no. What? Who are they playing today? I knew we had this, so I didn't really pay too much attention to College Game Day today. Yeah, that's no doubt. Both these teams need to be proud. And tell you what, not just these two teams, but all of the teams that were here today. You know, we had 5 games, 10 teams. To get this far is quite an accomplishment. And I always, I get the memes and the jokes for like teams like the Buffalo Bills and the Denver Broncos and the Minnesota Vikings, teams that have all lost 4 Super Bowls. But you think about, to get to the Super Bowl 4 times, that's an accomplishment, man. Bristol. Okay, I've been up to Bristol a couple times. Been to a couple races there, night races at Bristol. Used to live in Maiden, North Carolina, and take the trek up there. Loved. Obviously, everybody says this, but Bristol's my favorite track to watch a race at.
South Carolina, they're getting blown out by.
Oh, my goodness, the Gamecocks. 5:04. But I used to go when it was really racing. Not whatever they're driving today. 24-6, Titusville on top. I formation, one wide receiver. Gets outside. The speed is just incredible. First and goal for Titusville. And again, you're just, West Melbourne's youth program kind of splits up between here and Palm Bay, Melbourne, Bayside, Heritage, 4 schools. Titusville Astronaut. That was a good run there, ahead of steam. What?
I'm laughing at some of the comments. Someone said playing defense was optional tonight for the Vols.
Oh, yeah.
Giving up 63 to.
Straight up the gut. And in, I believe, or did I call it premature? I probably called it premature. He gets stopped. I thought he crossed the plane, but I'm not at the same angle they are. I give everybody a touchdown. 3:55 to play, and Titusville looking to add to their already impressive 24-6 lead here. Ball on the 1. I want to thank all of you for sticking with us today. Even through the audio difficulties, the hot mics, all of it. Where's my man Ray at? Ray still on? Ray Sims.
He's probably crashed out like we're going to do after
Yeah, he's probably asleep. I don't blame him. 3:23. He worked as hard as we did today. Straight up the middle and touchdown. Titusville Terriers. Who? That's Tank. And he's cramped again. Tank gets the score, and they're carrying him off with a cramp. That's it. He's done. It's that calf, man. Didn't take long to kick in with that second one, that's for sure. Tank makes it 30-6. It's good to see him back in there, though. Tank wins the ring. 3-13, an impressive display by this Titusville. What was the deal this year? Caleb and I were kind of wondering this. Maybe somebody out there can help us with this. We were kind of wondering. We came up and did an entire afternoon of Titusville football, and again, they convert for the 4th time on the extra point, 32-6. Titusville, you telling me they didn't have a 14U team to play? Listen, I'm going to jump off here because my voice is gone. So I'm going to hand the headset over to Caleb. But before I do, I want to thank all of you out there for an outstanding day of ACYAA football. And we will see you again real soon. We're going to keep our eyes out to see when these teams are going to play. But thank you all so much for your support of the Brevard Sports Network. Congratulations to the Bayside Bears girls cheerleaders, the grand champions. Congratulations to Vero Beach, 2-1 today. Congratulations to West Melbourne, a championship and 2 other championship game appearances. And congratulations to the Titusville Terriers. I tell you, I was going to say all the players' names, but you hear my voice. Caleb, you think you can finish it off for me? Man, they are brutal, aren't they?
They are.
There you go.
All right, so after this kickoff here, I'll start reading off all the names of the West Melbourne players. Alan read off the 14U ACYAA Super Bowl champs. The return coming to about the 32. Turns to the 32-yard line. Thank you, Rebecca Day. All right, so the names of the 14U West Melbourne Cowboys. Number 0, Noah Gabriel. Gage Eden. Jaden Oki. Kamarion Johnson. Anthony Aquafreda. Jaden Morris. Carter Fisher. Jordan McDowell. Daniel Gemage. Jakari Rozier. Logan Norris. Ellis Brown. Corday Copeland. Derek Jatz. Steven Snaguski.
All right, I'm going to give us a shot. Noah Gabriel, Gage Eden, Jaden Oki, Kamarion Johnson, Anthony Aquafreda, Jaden Morris, Carter Fisher, Jordan McDowell, Daniel Gamage, Jakari Rozier, Logan Norris, Ellis Brown, Corday Copeland, Derek Jatz, Steven Snaguski, Braden Clark, Nate Kirkpatrick, Bray Dexter, Isaiah Sanferry, Kamari Jennings, Ev Shelburne, Jordan Hall, Ziwan Alexander, Ethan Costa, Brody Gustad, Kevin Tracy, Elijah Bourne, Jamison Jones, Dean Baker, Isaiah Grun, Mason Tarrant, Aiden Labrino, Kasheep, I can't say that first name, Hutchinson, and I believe there was another player on the roster sheet here for West Melbourne, and it's Carter Black. There you have it. Mason Tarrant. There you go. 155, 32-6. Here's Caleb. See you, bud.
1:53 left. Score is 32-6. There's the handoff. And look at that young man. What a run. Wow. Creeping up on a minute left in the game. Let's see, can West Melbourne break another couple and put one more on the board before this game ends? A minute left. There's the handoff, and there he goes again. Second run in a row. Trying to break that tackle, and unfortunately is held up, and the rest of the defense swarms. Almost ran out of his own shoe there. Nine seconds, final play of the game. Play action. Surveys, fires, it's caught! Can he score? No, brought down just short of the goal line, and that is the ball game, folks. Congratulations to the Titusville Terriers. 14U, ACYAA Super Bowl champions. The future is bright for Titusville. The future is bright for Melbourne, Heritage, Bayside, Palm Bay. Just fantastic players all around, and we can't wait to see what they do at the high school level. All right, so they're playing music, so I'm gonna kill the sound, but we'll keep the stream on so you can watch the championship presentation.